Heads up. Now Sid rocks my boat. If you want to, you can. But the process of Ready to Love was laid out before us as date who you like, connect with who you like. If you don't like them, move along.
Right.
We all did that. If you don't want to tell your process to your person, you don't have to. I didn't tell when I started to feel Dante.
Right.
He even said to me, hey, I know you like Dante. I said, why would you know? I don't ask you about your connections. You don't ask me about mine. You keep that to yourself. When your process is starting to fall apart, then you can just, hey, I'm going to move along. If he didn't do that with her, guess why? Because her behavior was nasty. He couldn't talk to her. We saw the episode when he was, like he said, when me and Dante walked in the house, he still was very much her connection. He made that very aware to me. I'm not discounting that they had a connection. I've never once said they did not have a connection. She was the demise of their connection. After the table, he walked up to her, we all watched it and said, hey, this is a man telling a woman he is strongly interested in. That he's essentially telling you this behavior is turning you off. And you said, got it covered. So now you were just condescending to him. A man. You just belittled this man again. So first strike was that. And then second strike was the nose poke, which then you're out. Gonna get another third time. You understand? So no. Be accountable for your actions. We all have been hurt. You guys heard my walk. I admitted out loud that the man that I married and had children with beat me.
Right.
Am I jumping in Dante's face? Am I jumping in Frank or Phil's or any one of these men's face if I feel triggered? No. Phil was one of my strongest connections. When Sydney came in the room, listen, see what that feels like. That's what a woman of confidence does. That's what a woman who is confident and who's done the healing work does.
But you know what the thing is? The thing that kind of bothered me too, because I wrote a few comments in there about like therapy and just knowing people. My thing is like, I understand that like some of the cast members want to blame editing. I get it. But they fail to realize that all of us have hung out the entire summer off camera. Literally, I have said this several times in several interviews. If Ready to Love was following us off camera throughout DC, they'd have got more footage. It probably would have been the highest rate. Like everything, we had to explain everything in interviews because they couldn't explain it on camera. Here's what I'm gonna say about that. The rooftop, it has to be explained. The kick from Carrie at the Halloween party has to be explained. Like other situations, the Zadia showing up to the clubhouse has to be explained. Everything has to be explained. Now, let me tell you something. Why is it that you're blaming editing for making you look bad, but when the cast hangs out with you in person, you do the same? It's the same thing, Ma. It's not editing in person.
This is what I'm saying when people are saying, oh, this isn't that. My frustration does not come from what happened on the camera. My frustration comes from what Sydney and I both know happened when those cameras was off and the antics were too much. What you saw at the table was just the tip of the iceberg. The behavior was disgusting. It was very disgusting behavior, and then it continues out of the journey. We have been off of you guys 5 months.
Yay. And
the antics still happen. This is your behavior, love. This is your behavior. I don't want to tear you down, but this is your behavior, my love. This is what you do.
Can y'all hear me?
And then and apologize for it after.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
You just weren't saying anything. That's it. Like I said, I think it's only but so much editing in the world. I really, really do. Like you can't. If the people that are watching the show are saying okay, let's go with your story. We only see 2 to 3 minutes, and it's edited and it's chopped, and the producers did this, and this to you. Why is it that 17 out of 22 cast members still don't care for you. Got men and women. Like, it's not even just
Because of all of their separate interactions with her are all the same. She is a negative, insecure girl who has not worked on herself. And I'm not saying that everybody's perfect, but like you said before, you can't let your past traumas shape who you are right now with building these new relationships with people. And at the end of the day, she said, she was like, okay, outside of the cast, I am a everyone knows me. I'm a happy person. I'm a vibe. Girl, there's people that have walked up to me that,
thank you.
I don't personally know. They're like, oh yeah, I've had the same interactions with her in the summer at a pool party. And I'm like,
too.
wow.
People have
All because I think a really big issue is the fact that she has a drinking. Okay, the problem isn't that she's an alcoholic. I'm not going to call her an alcoholic. It's the fact that she gets really aggressive when she drinks. You know how we get silly and crazy when we drink? She just gets aggressive. And she needs to work on that because it's something that's deep down inside of her, like you said, Courtney, that comes out when the alcohol sets in.
But you know if you did the work, then this would not surface.
You hear me? That's unhealed trauma. There is something that happened in her life that she is not healed from. And
and we are all 30-something, pushing 40.
I get it.
You cannot blame. I say it over and over again. If you have traumas, then what? You fix it or you be miserable. You live with pain. If misery is your company, do not invite nobody else to the party because I don't want to join you. If misery is your company, you and misery go have fun together. Do not invite me to that party. Don't bring that over here to this positive energy. Because her people that want to live a productive life will go seek help.
Exactly. I think, honestly, I don't think anybody's ever really called her out on her shit, to be honest. And I'm not saying I'm saying people in her life, her friends.
I think that she kind of glossed over the conversation with her dad and her siblings. I think that her siblings probably have called her out on her shit, but she doesn't want to hear it. And I also think that she had issues with being in the shadows of those twins. But what do I know? I'm just a viewer tuning into her life.
I wish Coco gets to the bottom of everything. Everything. Like when I did my interview, he was like, Courtney, I understand why you have this fieriness in you. I understand why you're a Leo. I understand that because of you've been through this, and this. It makes sense. When I finished that part with Kojo and we started talking to Ready of Love, I looked back. The interview started at 6. It's 8:02. We start talking about Ready to Love. I was like, I didn't figure out where the trauma came from. I don't think that's part of it. Maybe I missed it. Did somebody else in the comments miss it? Because I don't. Why? Thank you.
It's choppy. Just speaking.
I have no ill will towards this female. I have no ill will towards any of those females. But what you're not going to do is constantly keep on blaming other people for your actions. We have witnessed. It's beyond TV show now. Because first of all, the show is a reality show. We do not get scripts. No one is casted in a role. You casted yourself in a role. We all showed up. They're not saying cut. Okay, let's take that from the top. Aisha, you did amazing. We love that. Come back in with that energy. No, this is real life. Okay? And every time you showed up on that set, you showed up hard. If you don't want me to stay aggressive, please, somebody in the Webster Dictionary, find another word for it. Give me the verbiage that you need me to use if it's not aggressive.
She talks a lot, you guys.
So then it's abrasive. Then it's rough. What do you want me to call it? Because I said it before in one of my interviews, it's not passion. When you're attacking other females for absolutely no reason, the energy she kept giving to you, Sydney, was just ridiculous. The energy she kept giving out at that round table was a lot. And like I said, I felt like some women came into that process like, I'm a bad bitch and can't nobody touch me.
In her mind, though, she doesn't see any of it. For example, I can only speak on what she said with me. She was like, I thought, Sydney and I shared this moment. We were going to be friends and we shared this moment. As a girl, we shared, 15 seconds of you talking to me? We never had a friendship. As soon as I walked onto the first pool thing, we were like, oh, there can only be one girl with quads. There can only be one girl with a body. And I was like, okay. And then it went into the Sean scene. She's always been a mean girl, but she glosses over it because she puts her little laugh at the end of it, which is I feel like is a defensive mechanism that she does. But I just didn't like the lies. It was the lies for me today that were just taking me out. Like, girl, what? I was screaming at her. She said that I screamed at her at the women's lounge when we were at the house at the retreat. I said, no, I had Aisha's back, because what you're not going to do is come for Aisha and say that she never makes sense and that she lies, when that's not the case. And then y'all got mad at me because you apologized and I was supposed to be on y'all's team or on y'all's side and go with the narrative of putting Walter and Dante at the bottom, which she denies.
I'm like, they literally came. Said, did I speak to y'all in the house? Did I speak to y'all, period, other than filming?
No. Girl, she said that me, you, and Sabrina collectively put their two at the bottom because we didn't like them. I was like, I didn't have a relationship with Sabrina or Aisha. I didn't have a relationship with Aisha until after we wrapped. Like, what?
I literally, when you came to my room and told me that they were trying to do that bully antics, what did I say? If you want to put Dante in the bottom, put Dante in the bottom. I do not care if he's my connection. He was like, but I don't want to, because I said, girl, do what you want to do. I'm not telling you. If I was trying to save Dante, I would have been like, Cindy, can you please do me a favor? Please don't put Dante in the bottom.
Right.
I was like,
girl, you was too busy doing your makeup. You should be out of that room so fast.
I was like, I don't care what you do. I really don't care what you do. But one thing you're not going to do is let them bully you.
Right.
I didn't know Sydney. I hadn't talked to Sydney other than the deliberation. Right. Oh, Sabrina's saying, add her.
Hold on, boo.
And
I had not said anything to Sydney. I had not said anything to Sabrina. Hell, me and Courtney never even spoke on set until after we wrapped, probably a month after.
no, literally.
Oh, Aisha, she said that y'all were friends. Oh, it's the gang. She said that y'all were friends because y'all filmed the girls' evening and that y'all had a bonding. The way that she painted this picture is that y'all were cool, and then all of a sudden y'all weren't.
I never was this woman's friend. I told you guys in the beginning, she was on my body because she was saying that we both was Geminis. She was on my body in the pictures. She was on me like, oh, we're going to be besties. And I knew once that antic started, I wouldn't have been able to shake it. And I was not going to be a freaking frack. I was not going to be a freaking frack. I was like, I'm not with it. I understand how females work. I'm not going to be keying with you if we happen to like the same guy. I'm not doing it. So I was very cute.
Watch it.
I think she even said something about you, Aisha, you was in your feelings because you wasn't trying to be her friend, or she wasn't trying to be your friend like you was trying to be her friend. I was like, what the freak?
She's really delusional.
I will print anybody who believed that bullshit. I will put my record.
That's not true.
This girl sat there. First of all, when we did the women's circle, they asked. It was an episode that never made the air, where they called me and said, Aisha, we want to do a segment with you, and we have a few girls. We want to ask you, do you want to do a segment with them? It was like a little round table. After I was sitting and getting my food because production didn't feed me that day, and I was like, I'm getting food. So they ordered me some food, and as we sat outside on the patio, she began to be like, okay, so let's talk about connections. I said, here you go again. In that same circle, this is the same day, she ripped Shiloh a new one.
Wait, who did?
Zadia ripped Shiloh a new one. She was basically trying to tell Shiloh she's her friend, but being so aggressive by cursing her out. Bitch, I'm your friend. What you don't understand, if I like you, I like you. I'm like, whoa. That's how.
She never did that. She said she never went on it.
I was like, what are you? And I was like, okay, KK. One of the producers was there. I was like, wait a minute, Zadia, what I'm hearing, and Shiloh is shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. And I'm like, wait. Can y'all talk? If you're trying to tell her you're her friend, I think y'all, she's like, that's how I talk. Aisha. The same way, if I like you, I like you. And I'm telling you, I like you. Shiloh, the reason why you think I don't like you is because somebody was in your ear.
Was it Courtney? Were you in her ear, Courtney?
It was Aisha. The comments are saying she said she never yelled at Shiloh. She said she doesn't talk to her friends like that.
Right.
She screamed on Shiloh, on my. Why do I have to go to some? My father ain't flipping in his grave because my father like, yes, my child, tell the truth. On my father's grave. This woman can you not yell at her if you're telling her you're her friend? And I said, what I'm saying to you, Zadia, and what I'm hearing you say to Shiloh is you want to get to know her better. You want her to make her own conclusion about you and not let nobody else interfere with that. Am I correct? She's like, yes. And I was like, but Zadia, calm down. What I'm hearing Shiloh say to you is that she has been silent since she was a young girl. And so this behavior doesn't feel good to her because it feels too familiar. So what I'm asking you to do, that although this is how you talk, Zadia, if she is your friend, what I'm asking you to do is listen to your friend and love her the way she needs to be loved, not how you like to love on people. And she's like, okay, well, I'm just trying to tell you I like. And then Shiloh was like, that's correct, Aisha. I'm just so used to being yelled at and told to be quiet. Yes. And she's like, and so I'm just trying to say to you, like, yes, someone told me not to be your friend, but I'm willing to listen to you. But I don't know how to have this type of dynamic. And she's like, okay, but I fuck with you, bitch. That's what I do. You muck.
Were y'all drinking alcohol?
I don't drink. They had a bottle.
You know you.
Yes, the owner brought out shots for them, and the owner brought out a bottle of wine. And they was like, I should take the shot. I was like, no, you can have it. Even she was so hyped. I sat and listened to them talk, and then when I walked away with JT, I was like, this is why I don't want to be friends with any of these women. And she was like, and keep doing what you're doing. I was like, put me in a taxi home. I was like, the scene is done. My food is here. I'm ready to go home. I said, this is why friendships in circles like this don't work. Wait till the process is over. And then JT was like,
right.
keep doing what you're doing. I was like, that's a lot. Why is she yelling at another grown woman? And why is another grown woman shrinking in her seat like she's a damn child?
Hold on, wait.
Oh, my father.
One thing I did miss, Sabrina, let me know if you were still in there because I had to put my son to bed. Did she say anything about the whole brown girl squad thing?
Yes, she did.
I missed that. What was said about that?
She said that it started off, it was supposed to just be like them celebrating their skin tones. And she said, honestly, Aisha could have been a part of it because Aisha is like my tone too. But you know, she said something a little weird. She was like, I grew up in a home of colorism. I guess her mom is from Panama and her mother is dark skinned. I think her dad is light skinned. She brought up the fact that she's had to deal with that within her own family because her brothers and sisters are basically every single hue. And I'm thinking to myself, well, if you had to deal with that, why would you even create this narrative of a crew? Then she brought up the fact that
wait, real quick. She's not rising my blood pressure, guys. I'm recanting a story. And the reason why I was that animated, because that's how animated she was when she was talking to that woman. My blood pressure is, I keep telling you guys, I am healed and a healing, so my pressure stays where it belongs, leveled.
Wait, okay.
Take me out.
Now I'm remembering something. Were you with her when they were talking about, she said there was a conversation about the cast photo, and I guess they kept putting Sabrina's pretty ass in the front. Okay. And she was like, yeah, and you know, I think that they were looking for a look. This is going in with the brown girls and the colorism complex combo that she was talking about. They kept putting Sabrina in the front because she's racially ambiguous, and that's the look. I'm like, but guess that, baby. They have my Miss Chocolate fine ass thing in the middle. So this is irrelevant. This narrative that you're running with is irrelevant.
But sis, you made the title sequence. Not everybody made the title sequence, and you did too, my love. What is the problem? You made the title sequence too. Listen, guys, be very clear and please rest assured that this is not a bashing session. This is us just saying like what is happening.
Trying to piece things together, you guys.
We just trying to piece it together. This is not a bashing session. I am my sister's keeper. I have no ill will towards these women. None of us collectively have care. She is not a factor to me for me to even worry about it. But because we are on this public platform, because we just left your TV screens, because you guys are interested in the story, and because people constantly lie, we are willing to hold people accountable. Point blank, the period.
She took me out when she said, I'm a girl's girl. You know, I don't like drama. I was like, bitch, what? Sorry. I wanted to be like, girl, what? Girl, where? Where, sis? When you kicked Carrie? Oh, and then she went along and said, Sydney mushed me in the face, and I'm like, are you gonna tell the full story about how you got my personal space 3 times? 3, how you scratched Sarah's arm, and how Naeem told you to fight me, and how you lunged at me. Then she said nobody was even up there when that whole little situation happened. She said it was just her, that it was her, Mameen, and Naeem. I said everybody was at the rooftop when that shit went down. What are you talking about?
Listen, the only people that were not there was
Silo and Phil were off doing their little thing, their little kissy shit in the fucking corner.
No, she wasn't doing it with Phil. Mm-mm.
Oh, I mean with Walter. My bad. Well, Walter. Okay, whatever. You know.
But one that was not there to actually left early, but we were all there because Shiloh rode with me there that night. That's when we were like tight, me and Shiloh, and we left.
I'm just like, it's just the lies and delusion for me. But she did apologize and say she wishes that she had not done that.
Sydney,
that's the first time I ever heard that. I'm like, well, I hate
Sydney,
I don't mean to call. Look, y'all, disclaimer.
Able to build your
What?
You straddle
I can't hear you.
online shopping without mortgage.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I said, did you straddle Cornelia?
You told me to stop.
NordVPN's special offer.
Bitch, why you so
straddle Cornelia?
Financial data.
Actually, I don't remember. Look. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I don't remember. Y'all know. Okay, I was dancing. I gave Mameen a lap dance first. Then I moved over to Cornelius because I don't look at sassy Cornelius like that. It's like hanging out with a sis. Come on now. It was not like that. It wasn't some seductive about to give you a lap dance like we had stadium or assets. Baby, no. The music was on. I was just like having a good time. And who cares if I did or not? I just got there. I don't know whose connections are with who. And if anybody had an issue, again, I'm going to say it again. Camille should have addressed it, not your fucking pit bull. The fuck? Shit is lame. Now we're back.
Sabrina, what
you said you called her and cussed her out. I did not call her and cuss her out. I actually called her to squash it.
You can hear us, Sabrina?
Can you hear us, Sabrina? Oh, Sabrina's just looking pretty over there. No, I didn't call her and cuss her out. Y'all. I literally called her so that I could move on with the situation. And I said, she was like, who is this? She didn't recognize my LA phone number. And I was like, it's Sydney. And she was like, how'd you get my number? And I was like, girl, I just think that you had a little bit too much to drink. She got upset that I said that. As soon as I said, I think you had too much to drink last night, she got defensive and started screaming. And yes, my friends were laughing in the background. That was it. And then she hung up on me and blocked me.
Sabrina, Sabrina done missed a lot.
Can y'all hear me? Now I can. Now I can. You said, what was I? You talking about the kiss? You talking about the kiss? No, we talking about the house, girl. The antics in the house.
Somebody said, I don't agree with you, Sydney. I don't think you should be dancing on men. If y'all could have understood the dynamics of the night, it was a fucking rooftop party. We're all dancing, having a good time. We weren't sitting around at dinner. It's a rooftop with just the cast. Everybody was drinking all fucking day. We're dancing. Okay, Cornelius is like a girl to me. The fuck? I'm like, come on, it's Cornelius.
Gosh.
It wasn't a big deal. And he didn't push me off. Now, if he pushed me off and made it seem like, oh my gosh, she's being hypersexual. I don't like that. Sexual abuse. Stop. I would have been like, oh, whoa. But he was just like, my God. They really turned it into something so big. Like
everybody said, this is the most dysfunction they've seen in the cast. I've never watched this show, but to be a part of something that I thought was going to be fun and enlightening and has turned out to be like, what? Can we not? We are off the TV screen. Oh, girl, stop.
What did you think about the live today?
Yes, ma'am.
They want to you.
You talking about me?
Yeah, what'd you think?
I thought that it was a lot of stuff that was addressed, but it was a lot of stuff that was missing. And the stuff that was missing was the stuff that she didn't want to be accountable for. You know, I just think that so many people, like, you're on a major platform, and I just feel like so many people, all they want you to do is take accountability. And I think narrative about her and this perception that everyone has of her would change if she would just take accountability. And that's something that we're not going to get. And I mean, she's looked at in such a negative light, and it's regardless if we say anything, if we're not on this live, if we don't do our talk negative about her, if you just watch what you watch on TV, negative about her without our voices, you know what I mean? And I don't think that she really, and I just really wish, I really thought that she would go on this interview today and really show up as the person that everybody's been waiting for her to show up as. You know what I'm saying?
I did it. I was wrong. I don't know. Maybe I was caught up. Maybe I thought that this was my moment to have a moment. I don't know. Maybe I needed 15 minutes. I don't know. I don't know where this aggression came from, but I'm sorry I did it. If I offended any of you women, if I offended any of my castmates, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done. It doesn't feel good to you. Maybe I need to self-reflect a little bit more. Give me time. Give me grace to sit in this a little bit more. Maybe I need therapy. Maybe I have not really dug deep enough to know that I'm hurt and I need some healing. But if you guys give me grace, I promise I'll do better. Period. Point.
That's exactly what I said verbatim to Courtney. That's exactly what I said. She just would have apologized and just moved on. But that's it.
You know what the thing is? A lot of people are saying, oh, she said she apologized. Oh, she did apologize. My thing is, like, apologies are only good if there's changed behavior with it.
Facts.
You can't keep saying I'm sorry, then there's no changed behavior. So what people like, some people be like, oh, she apologized, so y'all need to let it go. Do you understand that the same breath she apologizes with, the day later, the next day or 2 days later, she does some bull crap? So tell me your apology holds no weight, sis, if you're doing the same behavior.
She apologized to me, and then 2 minutes after Courtney and I left, she went and told Aisha and Carrie that I lied about the whole alliance thing.
Yeah.
Girl, what?
That Sydney's a liar, and you know that.
Bitch, what? Girl, I don't mean to say bitch, y'all. I need to get that word out of my...
Everything Sabrina said. Had accountability, and she was just, like, really apologetic and meant it. I feel like I'm going to say, speak on behalf of me, I would have been able to move forward. I just want to have accountability. Like, that's so important on this platform we have. It's so important as a human being. I'm sorry. And it's so many people have egos, and I don't know if they feel like it makes them weak, or I don't know if they feel like it makes them look different, but it's okay to be wrong.
Yeah, apologies are good when it's genuine. And people call apologize to they blow in the face. It's just a word, but it's an action word. People forget that. That's an action word. You have to apologize, and it has to be genuine. You have to feel it, and the other person has to receive it and know that, oh, this is genuine. You can say you're sorry to me all day, but you're doing it just for your healing and not for mine. Then why do I have to accept it? You're only doing it to relieve yourself of what you did, because you realized in that moment I was a jackrabbit. Got it. Dang. So let me make it look better by saying I'm sorry. I need to relieve myself. Am I really approaching you to relieve you of the trauma I caused you? No. So I don't have to receive your disingenuous apology.
You're right. Period. Nah, you're right.
And I can still forgive you. And I can still move along within my spirit. I want to be very clear again. I'm not bitter. I have nothing I have done today. My booty gets rubbed when I want it to. I'm fine. I'm happy. I'm living in light. My children are triple students. Life is good. My salon is blossoming. I have met these beautiful women. Life is amazing. But if your slip is showing, I'm going to say,
Honey. Owen.
The same way, if my slip is showing, you get to call me out.
Which we all do. We do that on a daily basis.
I'm about to say, we collectively as friends call each other out all the time.
Yes.
Hey, Courtney, I don't like that. Your slip is showing. Don't do that. She may pout a little bit, But then she's gonna come back and be like,
Listen, me and Aisha had our conversation yesterday, and I texted her today, and I said, when I texted you, did you read it?
"Yeah, you said I'm sorry, sis. I love you, and you're right, and I understand what you was."
For life. That's what I said. I said, you my sister for life. I love you.
Life, I love you. If she's wrong, she's wrong. Just because she's my girlfriend and I love her does not mean I don't get to tell her she's wrong. Sydney is wrong. I'm like, sis, I love you, but you're wrong.
Period.
Bullshit. Fix it. Fix it.
Like, okay, you're right.
Yes.
Yeah,
And she'll be like,
it's bad.
what the fuck? Okay, all right. You know? We love it. That's what love looks like among sisters.
Right.
You get to say you did wrong. So don't think that somebody is trying to bash Zadia or Camille or any of these women. We're saying, hey, sis, you look like us. We don't want your slip to be showing to the goddamn world. Pull your skirt up, button up your collar, and get it right. Stop being messy out in these streets. That's all is sisters trying to say to another sister, stop it. It doesn't look good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period. So for the people like, oh, y'all haters in the comment, no, we're not. I call out my blood sisters that came out the same belly as me. You're wrong. Wrong is wrong.
And our cast too, a lot of people see us, but our cast really hangs like deep. Like we love on each other. We hang deep. I'm telling you, it's like 15, 16 of us that are in a chat that are just setting, events up or going out. We're at Dante's house.
Celebrating each other, congratulating each other. Like, I feel like, goddamn, every week I see them. I mean, I have to see these girls on FaceTime like 5 times a day.
It would have definitely been
Like, damn.
Things been different for sure. They were never excluded. I think the thing that people have to picture of all of us, and I'm talking the 15, 16 of us out, everyone in the comments, where's Camille? Where's Zadia? Where's Camille? Where's Zadia? Here's what y'all have to understand. We never excluded them. They
excluded themselves.
We never, ever excluded them at all. We never said, hey, you guys can hang out with us. It was, they said, what do they say, Sydney? You can't sit with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't sit with us.
And I give peanut butter.
Oh, yeah. She brought that up.
I'm not dark-skinned enough. I give peanut butter vibes.
Oh, that's what she really did say that about you?
That's what Camille said to me. That I'm not dark-skinned. I give peanut butter vibes.
And I was given Sheba Sheree.
A fashion designer with the same clothes is giving Sheba Sheree, is giving you tried it, is giving you wear the same outfit but a different color. And I was like, can we not do that to her? Can we not do that because she's not here to defend herself? Can we not? I said, this is why I don't hang out with women. Because stuff like this. This is why, literally that one time I stepped out the process for all of 20 minutes and I zoomed my ass right out. I said, this is why I don't break the rules. Y'all convinced me to step outside the process, damn near begged me. Come on, you stop being a square. I break the rule one freaking time and y'all ragging on another woman.
When did you break the rules?
I never broke the rule. That one time when we went to the same date that Sydney talking about on the roof, I was there first.
You were there first.
I got there, you already left. I put up
there for all of 20 minutes and I bounced because they were talking about Sabrina. They was talking about Sabrina and they were talking about Tasia. And I was on her way there, but because I didn't speak to any of you like that, I didn't want to be messy. Did I ever tell you that during the process, Sabrina?
No.
I never told Sabrina, and I never told
Sabrina what they said about her either when we were at the house. It's just too messy, and what is that going to do?
Not messy.
What is that going to fucking do?
Carried that bone back to them. I told her after it ended, like, hey, is there some things you need to know that this was said about you? But in the process, why would I muddy up the process by bringing that type of animosity in it? I checked them. I said, this is what I don't like. I said, and then Phil was sitting there, so I said to them, I was raised by women that if you gossip, you don't do it amongst men. the women in my family say gossip is not for men, especially when you're talking about another woman. It doesn't sit right. Men don't like to hear that noise. So when they were doing it, I was like, this feel right to me that you're ragging on her like that. And then they started trying to get on me, and I was like, girl, y'all don't want this, but please stop. By the time we made it upstairs to the roof, they started talking about Tasia, laughing about how she acted when they called her name for elimination. She was like, me. So they was like, why was she shocked? And I was like, I am done. I told Phil, I am out of here. He was like, I said, I am done. I do not do this. This is why I don't break the rules. I tried, I'm done. I was like, for my sanity, I cannot I don't do this. Anybody who knows me knows I do not do that. I was like, I'm gone. Tasia came, I was like, I'm sorry, hon, I have to leave. Yep. And I bounced. I never told any of these women because I don't talk to them. I never said anything to any of the men. Phil called me that night, like, are you okay? I'm like, this is why I don't break the rules. Please don't ever invite me to anything else again.
And you didn't go to anything else?
And I never went to anything else again. All of 20 minutes, I broke the rules, and that was enough for me to know to sit my ass in my lazy boy and freaking journal. And mind my business and drink my water. That's what I'm gonna
say this. I think this is something I was talking to Sid about. I think they should have did a better background check on some of these guys.
How did they get through the psych portion? They was really
They did a check. They should have done a background check because.
But y'all have to kind of understand in real life, they probably knew exactly what they were doing. Think about it.
And we're definitely not getting rid of Queen.
I'm just saying, they probably like, this person such and such, that person this person that. This one a little ain't wrapped too tight. Perfect. We got our cast. You see what I'm saying? Like they might have done on purpose.
True. And also, like, they're not going to see how they're only basing it off of an interview. You know, you really get to see people's true personality shine in situations.
Right.
So,
right, exactly.
It's just like, I guess you're saying it's like a job interview. Like when you want to get the job, you show people exactly who you are. You're like, yes, I show up bitch, you're late every day. Knock it off.
Right. Exactly.
You're late every single day. But I just think if you're going to go on a platform on Oprah's network and do like Ready to Love, I just feel like I wish they would have vetted people that were really ready to love. Like really ready to love. Like,
are you trying to go somewhere else right now, Courtney?
I don't know.
Are you trying to bridge to something else, sis? Because I feel like you are.
What you trying to do?
What are you trying to say, ma'am?
As this person don't mean that this person not looking for love. This person might be emotional, don't mean this person isn't looking for love. This person might really need some therapy, but it doesn't mean that this person isn't looking for love. You understand what I'm saying? All come from different spectrums of the world. You know, our mentals, everything, we're all different, but it doesn't mean like they like, she crazy, but she still need love too. You know what I'm saying?
But don't you think what Aisha was saying on her interview the other day when she was doing with Crystal Jordan? Okay, let me say. I think we did that. I spoke about this on the last day. You have to love yourself before you love anyone else. I do agree with you. Everybody needs love, but like, how can you give love if you don't love yourself?
You're depleted.
Agreed.
You're depleted. You don't. Your cup is not even full. So you're working from an empty cup, and then so again, misery likes company. You empty, I'm empty. I'm gonna drain you. Empty, I'm empty, and you full. I'm gonna drain you so you can fill me up.
Yeah.
It's exchange of energy. That's why. And like I said to everybody, be very clear. When I exchanged that energy with them, it was like I'm meeting you here, but I'm not gonna live here. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people exchange energy with them, and they stay in that space.
Y'all keep bringing up Walter's interview.
Walter's interview was.
They said he wasn't looking for love; he was looking for maintenance.
I mean, well, he was getting it.
I didn't see the whole thing.
Okay, so I didn't see the interview, but Courtney told me today he was having sex with a girl the whole time.
That's what he told Kojo. That's what he said. Hold on now.
Because I brought it up. I brought it up because I was and he was not being honest with a lot of stuff, and he was over exaggerating a lot of things, and I just couldn't take it anymore. And I was like, stop it, because you had a whole girlfriend on the show, like, stop it. And then he tried to say that, I was drunk on my birthday. Aisha was there on my birthday. I wasn't drunk, you know what I'm saying? And then he said that I was at the piano, like, play the song, Anime, play the song. And even when we
were very calm. I mean, from what I saw, when I saw you sitting there at the piano, it was cute. I thought y'all were vibing. It was
but he said, like, I was given, like, kind of aggressive vibes, and made me feel some type of way that he just was, like, over exaggerating my role in certain situations that he was discussing. And it just, it's one thing if you're on there and you're telling the truth, and if I was capping, and if I was aggressive, and if I was these things, then I don't have a problem with it. And I would be like, well, yeah, he right, because I was, you know what I'm saying? But he was over exaggerating a lot of stuff, and it really hurt my feelings. And then, he started talking about the dancing thing and threw up the word trick with dancing in my name, and
can we just address something? How are you going to talk about if you're putting together sex parties? And I love Walter to death, but how could you ever try to, like, belittle or make somebody bring somebody down? First of all, dancing is a reputable job, baby. Okay, you're an entertainer, but you're throwing sex parties. You're in the sex industry, sir. Jimmy.
Talking about saying, like, yeah, he had situations on his side, and then he was like, Kojo talking about, you don't want me to tell you about everybody else's secret. I'm thinking to myself, I haven't had sex since last February. I was like, I know he's not talking about, like, who else is he trying to throw under the bus? And then he started talking about, and Courtney was even in the chat, and I saw when he started talking about feeling Shiloh, Courtney was like, Walter! Talking about, like, she had on barely to nothing and all this, and I'm just like, Walter, you can't say that.
Don't speak on something if you were not there. Do not speak on it. I know everybody wants to ask in interviews how you feel about the situation, but if you were not there, you cannot speak on it. You can give a generic, I understand this side, I understand that side, I wish both parties the best involved, but if
that's what I did. That's what I was asked about the Shiloh and Phil thing. I just gave nobody can say what happened. You just could say how you could speak for Phil's character, and that's that.
Right.
And you can speak for her character if you know her personally. That I think it's such a touchy subject, and it's always gonna just be her truth, his truth, and then the real truth, and that's that.
Period. That's that.
But it was wrong that he did that, and it was unfortunate. It hurt my feelings that he just was kind of like, I was like, he had to have been doing this to save face. Maybe he was really embarrassed at the bridge, and now it's like he's trying to take this time to deflect and, and it just really just made me feel, he even said, like, he was like, Sabrina needs to stop lying and telling everybody I told her that I don't. I was like, where did I get that from? Where did I get that from? Like, me and him, we had a whole conversation about his ex-girlfriend, because in real life, his ex-girlfriend was only 25 years old. So we had a whole conversation about, and I was like, 25. So that's got brought up. I just feel like some stuff just wasn't for TV. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff wasn't for interviews to be put out there. But it's like, he just really, I lost a lot of respect for him.
I watched the chat. I was in there with you, Sabrina. I watched, I think, like 2 out of the almost 5 hours, and I was like, I got to get out this chat. I cannot do it. Because in my mind, when I watch people's little Black Book interviews, and it's like, the truth, you be like, if they watch eyes like, are you serious? Stop playing, because we saw Sydney all up in the chat today. I told you to run up.
Right.
Because she painted this picture like everything was like kumbaya at the house, and I'm like, we just got to the house, and you're talking about, I'm from Southeast, I'll run up. And I said, run up. How did you expect me to go and be like peaceful Sydney after you were trying to, like, do the most just downstairs when we first got to the house. I'm literally, again, trying to squash everything and be the bigger person. And you're like, no, I deserve an apology. An apology for what? For you mushing me. You were in my personal space. You don't take accountability for shit.
Yeah.
For shit. But everything was straight at the house. When? Where? In what world do you live in? Y'all were talking shit about Sabrina in the kitchen. You talk shit about me and Courtney and apologize. Oh, I want to apologize for talking shit about you and your bestie, Courtney, because it's going to come out on film. It was a shit show. It was a lot of snickers and laughs and just mean, nasty things for no reason.
We don't have to be those type of women. I just don't condone it. I'm not that way. So it baffles me. So I don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, even when they said, was said to me that they said I'm a hot mess, who would want to make me their wife? Who would take,
and I know they not talking.
Who would take Aisha home to their mother?
What?
I walk down the aisle.
Girl, bye. Bye. Goodbye. No, that retreat was a mess. I told Courtney today, I was like, if I wasn't drinking or in that pool, I was in the courtyard in the garden on the phone with my mom.
You called me birthday. You called me.
I called her like fuming.
I was in and Sydney called me and she was fuming, smoking. She was like, Court, I cannot fucking do this. I was like, hold on, it's my birthday. Let me go talk.
I was like, oh my God, happy birthday. But let me tell you what's going down. Like, it was not the house. I wanted to leave that house so bad.
It was bad. That's what I'm saying. Like, people think that table was bad. It was bad in that house.
If they really saw my meltdown and Aisha's meltdown, it was a major meltdown. I'm sure Karen people were like, call me an Uber. I want to fucking leave. I'm done with the show. I was ready. I was going off.
I was in my room pissed. I was like, I had to just call my kids just to say hi, just to hear their voice. I was crying and not crying because anybody made me cry. I was crying, when you're so mad that you just only wait out is tears. And I was just like, and Dante just was like, do you want more? I was like, yes, just give me a moment. I don't understand. I've never been around women who do these things. So it was like, what the hell is happening right now?
It was
exactly.
What is happening? I'm like, I had to do to the producers, like, is this really happening? Like, this is real life, right? Like, this is real life.
Aisha, she painted the picture today. She was like, everything was good, and then all of a sudden, everything at the house was good. Then all of a sudden, Aisha was just mad out of nowhere at the table. What?
Like, stormed out of the kitchen.
And then she said, and then I was just sitting there like, what's going? This is the audio. Then I'm just sitting at the table like, what's going on? I didn't even know where that came from. Girl, what? Yeah, girl.
Oh my Lord.
That's when I said the girl's a pathological liar. Like, it's making me nervous.
But I'm dumb. I'm dense. I'm talking out the side of my neck.
You never know what you're talking about.
I'm bunny. I never make no sense. But yet everyone is saying Aisha, it's giving Ayan love. It's giving, but I ain't make no sense.
I'm joined by Sean.
Right.
Seaway.
Okay. So I guess as long as if I'm cursing, you understand that. But it never makes sense when it's logical. But the moment if I'm cursing and I'm meeting your negative energy, you could vibe on that level. But when I'm just talking life into you, sis, you can't. That's what I mean. Misery. Because if I'm speaking life into you, you can't receive it because that shell is too hard. Go get therapy, Mom. I promise you. I've been through some shit. Dragged through the mud, spin back around, dragged through it 3 more times. I got up, dusted off, took a shower, got ready, and